All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Reader. So we are taking a look at MULN, Lucid, and Polestar on today's video, and really a lot of good things happening in the EV sector. Tesla's been doing well. I saw Solo crushed it actually as well, right? So makes sense that this is definitely heating up. Okay, I really want to quickly note that I have upgraded the candles that we use on this stack. Okay, so I've often said the way I move my money is on something called the one. All right, we're using chart readers, and I'm telling you, chart readers is a very, very deadly intermediate stack. All right, this is for sure not beginner, but yeah, it's not that advanced, but it's still really, really good. Okay, and what I've done, you will see, you're now going to see some green filled in and green outlined. Red filled in, I can't see any, but there's definitely going to be some red outlined somewhere. There's one right there, right? So check out my video on how to make this stack. I'm going to show you how to replicate this thing if you're interested, and I explain what that does. Okay, so let's get into it. And look, the first thing I said on last week's video, I think it was on Thursday or Friday, I don't necessarily remember, but hey, it's been a really long time since we've had a couple strings of green in a row, right? I really don't count those two because they're really so insignificant. And even those are just really insignificant, almost doji-like candles, right? We definitely have a lot of full reds in a row, but this was the first stack of greens in a row, and what it really does is it helps me draw a new support line down there. Actually, sorry, what I did want to do on this video, I have a whole mess of lines. I'm going to go ahead and delete all the lines, and then let's redraw them. I'm going to keep this 20-cent line though, and you'll see why when we zoom in on the weekly, but obviously that has been my all-time low number until this new one. Oh, not an alert. Sorry, I got to draw a horizontal. Is that 20? No, not 21. 20. Okay, this was our all-time low number. We clearly fell more than 50% when we lost this. Right now, we're making a new one. This now becomes our all-time low line, all right? And this is now a really hard resistance, okay? Hopefully, we can get over it. But this, I don't know if it's going to be really easy to break this one, okay? And then right over it, we do have a stack of two lines right there. I always say breaking one is hard, breaking two is that much harder, okay? Now look, one thing to note is we still have not broken the 50 moving average. One thing I talked about is there was definitely reasons to believe we would make a move from 10 cents to 15 cents, pocket that quick 50%, I hope you made really, really good money right there, right? But I didn't think it was going to break this yet, okay? I know a lot of people were starting to get really, really excited, starting to think about going back to the 40s or 50, right? But like, I'm here to keep things realistic. Like red, plateau, red, right? Like if you watch my videos, there's so much reason to believe we're gonna get there. But let's do it little bits at a time. I'm telling you, we don't need silly big candles. Slow and steady is actually a beautiful thing, all right? So what are we now trying to do? Look, we gotta break the 20. All right, we really need to close at around 16 cents, give or take, right? Because 16 cents will put us over this little bad boy right here and give us a nice chance to get to 20. Do not underestimate 20, right? Because as we zoom out, there's been some movement here. There's at least a doji. It's the bottom of that guy. I don't know if there's anything back here. There isn't, no. But that, it's a hard line. It was a hard line to lose, right? This is weeks, right? So you can imagine how many days that thing was just hitting it, right? So let's see how hard it is. And if you look, it's actually exactly at the 8 moving average. This stock does trade under the 8 pretty often under the weekly, right? So if we can get back to the 8 again, that's a nasty profit from the 13 we're at to the 20 that thing is at. But just be careful with your expectations, okay? This is some silly volume. That's really good because again, what does that silliness do? It's actually keeping this little uptrend that we've got going, right? So it's actually starting to increase our 50 moving average again, right? So I mean, there's good things happening here for sure, but I'm still here keeping expectations realistic. I'm not going to think about 60 cents. I'm barely thinking about 25 cents until this 20 cracks. For me, I want to know, are we going to get over the line that we were so desperate not to lose? Because again, let's just look at it. There's definitely one right here. There's a bunch right here. There's one right here. There's a good one right there. And then the eventual loss, right? Does it hit it again? No. But this is an important line, all right? So there's not a lot of actual green candles on it. So, hey, maybe it's going to be a little easier to break than I'm actually anticipating. But I do have some weight on this line for sure, okay? But yeah, from there, I would definitely put a little bit more on this 25 since you do have two moving averages. But end of the day, our RSI looks nice. It's a super low number. So yeah, just a little bit more. And I think breaking the 20 would actually help increase the upward trajectory. We do have the MACD peaking, green over red. That's good. Little negative, but look how close we are to that zero line, right? Give us another good day, break that 20, and yeah, I think we'll head up. And again, when I think of MULN, I think of 700 million shares trade. I actually really do. You know what I mean? 500, 700. I've seen a billion on this thing, right? So stay up here. And it's done it, right? I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We've been in this range of 7 to 5 before. It actually is no surprise to see this number, right? So keep the volume going and we'll see what happens here. But yeah, reasons to be excited. I think reasons to believe in 20, maybe 25, but don't think of 20 and 25 until we've broken that 16 cent. It's going to be a really important thing for sure. And I'll be honest, I'll set an alert for 16. I wouldn't mind knowing 16 because that should be a pretty clear run up there for sure. So, yeah, I like that. I think that's it on MULN right there. Let's take a look at Lucid. Ooh, Lucid. I'm loving it. All right. So we actually have gone lower than the whole Saudi drop, but it does look like this support line that I drew, I have no idea when, was a pretty good catch of this because, yeah, we were under the 8 and the 20. We were under all the moving averages, but we did break some important stuff. Okay, so where are we? I think this is going to be our money line for Lucid. This is for sure where I'm setting my alert. You want to know the truth? I'll go a penny higher. An alert is not an immediate buy notification, all right? You definitely have to come check things out. But we smashed over two moving averages, my two favorite ones, right? So if we actually can hold it, if we can actually get over this line, yeah, there's so much reason to believe we'd come to 9 right here. And really going from 8 to 9 is a pretty good swing right there. That's a little more than 10%, right? And again, these two will be a little difficult to break, right? So I always say it's easier to break 1 than 2, but hey, this bad boy just broke 2 on Friday, right? So it's not like it doesn't know how, but there's a nice gap from there to basically here, and then we'll be coming back to the top of the Saudi candle as well as the 200 moving average, right? Again, I said it on MULN. I don't know if you just fast forwarded to this one or not, but Tesla is looking good. Solo crushed it. I'm not exactly sure why, but there's reason to believe EV might be picking up. I still firmly believe AI is a little better. I also think we saw that on Friday, but yeah, if you like these stocks, this is now where I'm actually kind of starting to like these as well, right? And one more time, I'm real happy breaking 2. I need good confirmation. I think if we can smash this, we'll probably close around 8:30, and that would be beautiful confirmation. Super low RSI still, right? I mean, I'm not worried until we're at 75, 80. I like that green over red. A lot is going on here and a lot of reason to believe 9 might not be too far away. So loving this right here. And again, this candle should be pretty easy to fill once we get back to it, right? And getting over these is pretty much going to put us back into this, right? Because this doesn't scream red, but in a lot of ways it is, because all we did was just eat all that up and then a little bit lower, right? But I'm excited here. I'll be honest with you, I am. Not a great weekly, all right? We're still under the 8 and the 20. That's not good. I do see a little bit of an upward curve. I wish this was a little bit better of a candle, but by no means is it bad. We actually still held 50% candle. It looked like it wanted to tank even more, but it obviously came back up. I mean, again, the goal would be to come close to 8. And look at that. That actually lines up exactly with that. But the closer we can come to 875, the better. And where does 875 put us? Honestly, 875 might put us at the 100 moving average if this thing comes down over the next couple days, and might give a little better spacing between the 100 and the 50. Again, I don't necessarily need one fat rocket, right? I don't need a 40 banger, just give me a little bit right here, give me a little bit right here. That'll help separate the lines. That'll help me attack the 100 first, then the 50, right? Like I'm okay with slow and steady, or yeah, just destroy it, right? One of the two. So yeah, we talked about the weekly already. Again, a lot's going to happen right here at like 890, 875. Cool. Yeah, we already talked about that. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Let's wind it down with PSNY Polestar. Yo, Polestar starting to move. I'm loving it. Red, 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 right? A lot of reason to believe this might come into the 5s. Nothing will happen until we get over the 20 moving average, all right? What is that at? 394. I was about to drop some dyslexic right there. What's the bottom of this guy? 394. That's a big, big number right there. All right, let's go ahead and... Wait, did I mess that up? Oh, that was the low. Sorry, that's 399. The low wick is exactly right there. And it looks like we actually wicked that on Friday as well. I'll set my alert actually at $4. So that'll take us just over the bottom line right there. Yeah, let's go 401. I'm okay with 401. Getting into 401, I think there's going to be a lot of reason to believe that'll take you to almost that 470 line. Really, at that point, if you get to here, you're probably going to just touch the 50 at let's even say 480 something, right? And you're adding a little more than 20% right there, right? 40, 40, 80, gotta love it. So we've just looked at 3 EV stocks. They all do look really good. Look, I'm still a little partially biased towards AI. I think AI is a little better, but we all know these EV stocks can move, all right? So let's find the momentum and yeah, jump on it. Why not, right? So let's take a look at the weekly. What's the weekly telling us? Look, this is not a great weekly, all right? But there's a lot to recover. This 418 line might actually be a pretty hard line. I'll go back to see what it looks like on the daily. And then where are we at on the 84? So 450 and 418. What are those two? It's the top of this guy. Yeah, no, I think 418 is probably the money line here. I think if you're patient enough, you can go there upward. Really, again, you already saw me set it. I'm not gonna like undo it, right? 401 is a very, very understandable entry point. Again, just pending your risk reward tolerance, right? But yeah, over 418 I think would be a little safer, for lack of words. Nothing safer, nothing's guaranteed, but that's what we try to do with this, right? Like Vegas makes billions and the odds are really only 52 to 48, give or take, right? They only need a couple percents on their side because, again, over the long period of time, over your trading career, if you can give yourself a 52 to 48 advantage, for sure, right? So this 20 moving average will be pesky, but if it breaks, there's some good stuff happening. So, hey, these are just my opinions. Let me know if anything you got is better than mine. I would love to hear it. Otherwise, just thank you so much for the time.